Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Cloudy Sheep and we are playing Rule the Waves as the US in war against Russia. Our current objective is in the Caribbean up here. In the Caribbean up here. Can I get a false view? To attack the Russians. The Russians currently have a holding in Cuba. It has a relatively low value. But nevertheless, it's too close for comfort, and I would pretty much just like to deny the space to them. We can't really attack the Baltic Sea. We tried in the past, and we lost pretty badly. Nevertheless, we are, I think, gaining again a bit. We have now 2 battle cruisers, and one of them even has the first kill. So that's very nice to see. So very broadly, I think we are much more aligned with Russia now. 2 battle cruisers each. It says 3 battleships, but 2 of them are actually interned in neutral harbors. So in fact, it's broadly aligned, I would say. Although the Russians do have a certain advantage in in submarines, of which we don't have any, but we are building 10 right now, so that's fine. All in all, I think our shipbuilding is somewhat balanced. We do have 2 battleships coming up in about a year. 1 more heavy cruiser. I'm still kind of struggling with this design. It doesn't seem to be doing that well for me. It's sort of weirdly in the middle. It's not quick enough to really catch anything. So, but we'll have to see. Maybe this is the last heavy cruiser. A couple of light cruisers being built up, which I think is fantastic. Although, having realized that, I think our destroyer fleet is somewhat out of date. You can see that a lot of our destroyers are considered obsolete. I'm not entirely sure whether I would consider the Stuart class obsolete up here. It does have the ability to fire quite a couple of torpedoes. Doesn't have that great guns, but nevertheless, I think it's capable of inflicting some damage. That being said, it doesn't carry mines, so a lot of these ships simply seem to be somewhat outdated. So I think that in fact we will design a new destroyer. Let's just name up here. Yes, please. And as you can see, our destroyers can be much bigger than the ones that we have currently. So I think all of this is a very good reason to okay. Why do you give it to me like that? Right. So let's try to see if we can get a good ship up here. That shouldn't be too costly, and we might briefly want to check. So firstly, can you give me? Yeah, thank you. So the total costs would be about 3.6 million up here, whereas for the Steward we paid what? Design. Yeah, maybe. Well. Design, yes. So the biggest advantage here that I can see is that it wouldn't be crammed and short range. And maybe that's worthwhile. You have heavy or crowded centerline come. What do you mean by heavy? Do you mean just too many? What if we remove this? Are you happy now? Yeah, you are. But only 3 guns is of course very little. And nevertheless, we definitely want to carry a couple of mines. So that's fine, I think. Speed, I think, is fine. The machinery is already quite a bit of a weight up here, so yeah, probably not gonna give that much more room. I think 4 caliber, there's nothing really of higher or lower quality of that, is there? No. Secondary guns, maybe? Could be worthwhile. Hmm. No, I definitely want to have mines. So I think they are much more likely to cause damage. Oh, you're oil-fired. Yeah, I think we want to go coal-fired, otherwise it gets way too expensive. That's a big difference. Well, 10%, but still, for such a... Yeah, for a ship like this, I think it's fine to pick coal. Right! Am I really convinced that this is so much better than what we have right now? I mean, the biggest advantage is the extended range. And it's not even extended, it's just medium range. I think we've tried. We'll just do this. We'll have a destroyer that will be able to accompany us to foreign stations. So we'll set up a small squadron up here. Of course that will bring us down into the negatives, but I think that's fine for a year. We should really be able to carry on with this. Yes, thank you. And there we go. So yeah, 4 destroyers, small squadron for service abroad. I think that's fine. Let's take the turn. Very nice, lovely to see. Excellent, triple turrets. That's very nice to see. Triple torpedo mounts. Okay, so we have to check whether that means anything for... Ooh, a battleship engagement. Right, but let me finish the first thought. We'll have to check whether the triple mounts on destroyers will need will necessitate some changes to our destroyer design. Ah, damn it. I wanted to fight that battle. Colombia. Let's briefly check why the Columbia is in the Mediterranean in the first place. Yeah, I thought that it's a raider. It's a Des Moines class raider, so maybe that will work. Let's see. I'm curious to see because so far by the way, I've turned off the sounds because I've gotten complaints and I can see why. It looks like a small ship. A TR. Go to sport max by the way. Come up over here. Also show me your gun range. Torpedo range is quite impressive by now. Let's come up over here. Wind is blowing from that. Ooh! Nope, it's not a small ship. 14 6-inch guns. 6-inch belt armor. I think this is not a fight that we want to fight. Let's run away. Do we have any... Well, we do have a couple of minefields here. Any guns? I thought we had guns. Yeah, we do. So let's go down here. They seem to be content in running away, I was just about to say, and then they turn around. They're probably running at similar speeds to us. And they are closing in now. But not for that much longer. And I think the wind, just going directly into the wind will be a good idea, because this way they get a small disadvantage to firing. How far is the night away? Yeah. I think we'll be able to make it. Of course it would have been nice to lure them into the range of the coastal battery, but yeah, not this time. Let's go fast. And gonna lose sight very soon. Yeah, there we go. That means we can go to ultra. Now it's night. To cruise speed here. And let's run to this direction so we can directly dock in the port. Yes, thank you. Indecisive, of course. The battleship engagement would have been really nice. But there we go. Italy is scrapping its first ships, I think, so yeah, understandably so. Right, so let's revisit our design over here. What would you give me now? Would you give me triple mounts? You would. Damn it. Yeah. So, still be quick, be all that. Well, yes, like so. Still be a bit quicker than you would like to be, apparently. Ship is slightly overweight, yes we know, and you have too many guns. That should be fine now, yeah. And of course I still want mines. What? So in fact, wait a minute, this is the same displacement, same range, all of that is the same. Gun layout is the same. We now have 6 torpedo tubes and still 12 mines. Can we update this design? Open design. What if we P and B? What if we P and B add P and B, right, like so. You are considerably overweight. Why are you? Ah, no. Oh, I think you're coal-fired and the other one was probably oil-fired. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, for more torpedo tubes, I think that's worthwhile. In fact, a bit more, but not really. 30% change from the Lamson. Let's save that then. Yeah, suggest a new name then. Okay. Yes. Let's build then 4 of these. Forget that this is going to be... So, and the development cost will be reduced considerably, just 100,000, so that's very, very nice. But that also means that we can go ahead and scrap these guys. Yeah, that's the correct ones. And we can apparently do that only ship by ship, so let's do it ship by ship. There we go. Yes. Excellent. Can we also, just for convenience sake, sort this by type, can we... No, I guess we can't. But we should be able to delete the... what now? The Lamson? Yes, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so one turn, which resulted in us being a bit inefficient, but then again we get much better ships, so I think that's a worthwhile change up there. Other than that, this stuff is coming online rather soonish. All in all, I feel that we are doing okay in battleships. We will have 5 battleships, that's at least when we finish these guys and once the war finishes. So, you know, with an eye on the fact after the war we probably are aligned somewhat with Great Britain, a bit more tonnage even, and easily beating everyone else. Although in battle cruisers that's not entirely the case. As you can see, we are lagging behind all the other ones as well, so I think it's worthwhile to think about new battleships. So let's open this design and remind ourselves of our doctrine on battle cruisers. Lexington class up here, our first battle cruiser, speed of 27, which I think is fine, long and reliable. Okay armor, I would say, for a battleship that is. Torpedo defenses are nice, but only 12-inch guns, 8 of these in a superimposed layout, so rather modern layout. I think roughly speaking this is an okay ship. But we obviously want to go a bit bigger, and I think the first good change will be to clear all turrets, yes, and add in fact turrets of A, B, X and Y and use triple turrets. This way we are getting much more punching power. The weight of course is now considerably off, but that I think is fine. Under construction we are using 4-inch guns now, although there is no apparent benefit to using specifically that. So really A, B, X and Y, triplets, thank you. So 14-inch guns would be really nice. That is what our battleships are carrying. But I think it would be, so 13-inch guns are no-go, 12-inch guns might still be appropriate for the battle cruisers. So battle cruisers being a bit less well armed, but well, I mean, even now they are carrying then 12 guns, so it's not shabby. We can increase the weight considerably. That would, or the tonnage, the displacement, the design displacement, that would free up quite a bit of weight. I think we want to increase the guns, rounds per gun, to firing control positions. All of this seems to be still fine. We have a less torpedo protection. That of course is not okay. We want very good torpedo protection. Speed I think we will keep as is. That's interesting. I thought you'd be such a long range, reliable engines layout. Be oil fired. And that would be perfectly this design. Just perfectly zero weight reduction or anything like that. Considerably bigger ship of course than the Lexingtons that we had, but with the same speed, reliability, same armor layout, and I'm not sure I like that, or whether I want to be it to be a bit stronger. But where would I take that from? I don't think it's worthwhile reducing the secondary guns. That is still an important issue. The only thing I could do is reduce the range or reliability here. But I still think, you know, as the US, we probably still need it like that. I'm a bit uncomfortable also with the exact zero up here, but that might also be due to the weight. See, if we were to go down with the guns a bit, then we could fit in another director maybe later on. So yeah, I think that's fine. Torpedo defenses, there's no question that we're going to keep that. And I think the distribution between stuff here, I mean, deck armor would be nice to increase a bit, but you can see that it's already having a massive effect. So I don't really think that there's much we can do. We could reduce the conning towers somewhat and increase the turrets, but in fact we cannot, so let's not do that now. Love it. Yeah, good stuff. Yes, we in fact want to do that. Building the Constitution would really screw with our finances, but I think we might still want to do it. Some of this stuff will come online rather soon. I don't think, yeah, like the light cruisers, that's half a year or so, so let's build a pair of these. Constitution, 7 million development costs. And the Constellation would have been nice. Constitution and Congress, that's a lovely pair. Yes, there we go. Can I go to normal construction speed up here just to increase or decrease our deficit very slightly? Seattle in a year. I think we're gonna hold the construction of the Seattle for now. I don't, to be honest, I don't exactly know what I want to do with this ship. It's the purpose here seems to be, or to me, the idea is to get into these light cruiser battles, the small battles where the game doesn't let you put down too many big ships, and just you know, defend them off. Have a couple of big guns to score a good number of good hits, and then, you know, destroy them with 7-inch guns. But it's not quite a critical issue. So yeah, with four big ships being built, or capital ships I should say, I think we are very much stretched to our capability, to the limit of our capabilities. Also, once the war ends, it's of course going to be much harder. You're still taking 12 months, isn't that? So yeah, we might have to see whether we can keep up this building pace, but even if we haul a couple of these ships later on, that should be fine, I think. At any rate, I think it's a good time to call it close to this episode and see how we progress next time. Specifically whether we ever get an invasion of Cuba or not. Let's also just briefly check that the Russians don't get to the east coast. Nope, they are not. We have some presence up here. A heavy cruiser. Maybe we want to send something there. But they don't have any presence there, do they? No. What about up here, by the way? Russia's a battleship. Interesting. Have we got anything over here? Heavy cruiser, light cruiser. Oh well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.